Hello and welcome. Today's AppFollow Academy session, Integrations 101. We'll get started in a few minutes just to make sure that everybody has time to get connected. Right. Thumbs up. Awesome. Throughout the session, if you have questions, just please post them in the chat. We have time at the end of the session to answer any questions you have. Let's give it one more minute. Okay. Okay. Well, I can go ahead and start the introduction. So thank you for everyone for joining the AppFollow Academy Integration 101 webinar. Today's session is hosted by members of our support team, Anastasia and Masha. They will cover both incoming and outgoing integrations and how to get the most out of AppFollow by staying connected. So throughout the sessions, we will have polls. And as mentioned earlier, we'll have time at the end of session for questions. Just please put those questions in the chat as they come up. We also will have more AppFollow Academy sessions in the near future, and we hope to see you there as well. So with that being said, we can go ahead and get started.
Awesome. Thanks, Colleen. Hi, everyone, and welcome to AppFollow's Integration Academy. I'm Anastasia, and I will be your guide into the world of integrations today. Whether you already have experience setting up integrations for the tools you work with, or this is your first time, this session will make sure you have the tools and knowledge you need to get the most out of AppFollow by staying connected. When we think about integrations, we regard them as something that makes our work easier. It's a way to connect different systems and turn the services that we use into teams that work hard to make our own work simpler. If we dig a bit deeper, we see that there are several ways to connect different systems. Sometimes we want to pull data into the system we're setting up. At other times, we want to push data from the current system to a different, more specialized one. Often, we want to do both at the same time. When we want to pull data into AppFollow, we call this an incoming integration or a data source connection. Data source connections help you gather all the information and tools you need for stellar review and app product management in a single system, AppFollow. When we want to push data from AppFollow to an external system, this is an outgoing integration. Today, we'll start by discussing the importance of incoming integrations or data source connections and learn how to get started with setting them up. After that, we'll see how they can pair up with outgoing integrations. If you have any questions during this session, as Colleen mentioned, feel free to ask them in the chat. Our moderators will help find an answer, and if you need help from the support team, our tech support specialist, Maria, will make sure to connect you with the team. During the session, we'll also be sharing links to relevant articles and resources that will support you along your integration journey. So let's dive right in. As soon as you create an AppFollow account, it's a good idea to get started with setting up an incoming integration. Data source connections are exactly what they sound like. They allow you to connect to a data source when you're working in a service such as AppFollow, and then use that data that lives in a different location right where you need it. The key value of a connection is that it's always on. And this allows you to be sure that the information you see or transfer is accurate and up to date. And that's the main difference between an integration and, for example, an export. You can create a data export and upload it to a reporting tool, but after that, the data will stay frozen in time. To add more details, you would need to create another export and then another one later on. But with a data connection, you'll be sure that the system is hard at work and automatically pulling your data in at set intervals and ensuring that the picture that you see is the same across all of your systems. Some connections in AppFollow happen automatically. When you add an app to your workspace, we start syncing publicly available data about it. We take it on us to connect to public sources, such as mobile and web versions of an app store, and gather information about reviews, positions, and some types of ratings. This is the kind of information that anyone can find on the web, so no special permissions are needed to set up this kind of connection. However, some information and actions are available only to app developers. This data is unavailable to end users browsing an app store, and it's not something a competitor can lay their hands on. As an app developer, you can go directly to the developer console of your app and pull up detailed reports on your app's downloads, revenue, and ratings. And you can also use the developer console to reply to app reviews. AppFollow provides you with features that connect all of the data that is difficult to navigate directly in the developer consoles. While the consoles contain a lot of information, it's sometimes hard to make sense of it. If you've ever wondered whether your support team's replies are affecting your app's rating, what the most popular review topics are, whether a recent update impacted your app's downloads and conversion rates, you'll know that it's hard to find these answers directly in the console. So to help you see the bigger picture and answer these questions, AppFollow allows you to connect the developer consoles and pull the data you need directly into AppFollow. Once you set up an integration, we know exactly how to help you make sense of all of those stats. And our features work together to help you go through the full cycle of working with app reviews, analyzing your reply effect, automating your reply strategy, and connecting this to business metrics like your app's revenue. The quicker you set up an integration after joining AppFollow, the earlier you'll be able to analyze your app's health, act to improve your performance, and uncover the full potential of what AppFollow has to offer. AppFollow integrates with the iOS App Store, Google Play, Huawei, and Discord, and Microsoft as well. During this session, we'll cover our full cycle and most popular integrations with the App Store and Google Play. So, what exactly do you get when you connect to your developer console? The most important thing you get access to is the Reply to Reviews module of your developer account. This means that you don't need to switch between stores and apps when working with reviews. In AppFollow, you can use a single page to have conversations with your users. Apart from manually replying to reviews in a clean interface, an integration allows you to set up automation rules that cover your most popular topics and ease your support team's workload. If your team works in a ticketing system to manage your tickets and conversations, you'll be able to send reviews as tickets directly to the tools that they use, and they'll be able to reply from their native help desk system. Even if you don't use a special ticketing system, you can receive new reviews in a Slack channel and reply to them without leaving Slack. In this sense, you can think of AppFollow as a central hub to all of your reviews. Once you're fully connected to your data sources, you can be as flexible as you need to be to achieve your review management goals. Apart from actually replying to reviews, a major benefit of setting up a connection with your Google Play account is the speed with which you receive and see your users' reviews. When you don't have an integration, we fetch the reviews from the public source. Since Google Play takes up to 24 hours to moderate reviews before making them public, the reviews aren't visible to public app page viewers before they pass through moderation. However, a developer has access to the reviews as soon as they're submitted by an end user. And this means that developers get a sneak peek and up to 24 hours to react to a review before it goes public. With an active integration, you'll see these reviews almost instantly in AppFollow as well. This means you'll have plenty of time to react to a negative review and resolve a user's issue before the review becomes visible to everyone else on the web. During that time frame, the end user may even change their negative review and rating to a positive one. Reviews aren't the only perks of a data source connection, though. One of the key indicators of your app is its rating. However, when you look at Google Play ratings in the public source, you aren't getting the full picture. This is because the public source shows you incremental day-over-day ratings for each country where your app is available. The developer console doesn't show you these incremental ratings by country, but it does show you worldwide incremental ratings, which you don't get from the public source. So this data is kind of all over the place. But when you connect your console to AppFollow, you get access to both types of ratings in a single location, allowing you to paint a holistic picture. When you're an app developer, your bottom line is probably either revenue, downloads, or both. This information isn't available anywhere in the public source. It's private to your company. But to understand what's really impacting your conversion rates, you need to see how this data relates to other app metrics. And when you connect your console to AppFollow, you not only get access to downloads and revenue metrics that you can view for all of your apps regardless of the store, but you also see how your app's rating affects these metrics and see this as a trend in terms of ratings and conversion rates. It's important to note that the consoles don't keep all of this data indefinitely. And when you set up a data connection in AppFollow, you'll be sure that your data is safely stored and you'll have access to historical data at any point in the future. So I hope we've convinced you how important it is to create a single source of truth, a real infrastructure for all of the data related to your app. So now let's take a quick look at how you can get started with setting up these connections. Since a data source connection gives access to information and permissions from the developer console, you'll also need specific permissions to initiate this connection. If you don't have these permissions yourself, you can partner up with a team member who does. You'll usually find the person you need in your IT or product departments. They don't need to have a profile in your AppFollow account to help you set up the connections, but you can always feel free to invite them anyway so that they could also join you in getting the most out of your app's data. To set up an App Store connection, you'll need access to an App Store Connect profile that has permissions to invite users with the customer support, sales, marketing, and finance roles. You'll have the permission to do this if you have these roles yourself or if you're an admin in the account. If you encounter any difficulties while setting up the integration or are unsure of your role, you can ask an admin of the App Store Connect account to help you. All the available types of App Store connections are configured in a single step that we'll cover in a few moments. To set up a Google Play integration, you'll need a very specific role because this connection is configured by the Google Play developer account owner. While not all types of Google Play connections are configured in the same way, and some can be set up by other users apart from the account owner, we highly recommend teaming up with your account owner if you plan on setting up a connection to reply to reviews. Since this connection can be enabled by the owner only, it's a good idea to start planning the setup of this integration as soon as possible because it can take some time to locate the owner within your team. Once you have access to the profiles or credentials you need, you can get started. The App Store Connect integration is an invitation-based connection, meaning you invite a special AppFollow address as a user to your App Store Connect account with a specific set of roles. To set up an all-in-one integration and get full access to all of the features we discussed, you'll invite the user with the customer support, marketing, sales, access to reports, and finance roles. The customer support role is the key to replying to reviews and editing your responses to end users. Marketing, sales, and access to reports roles give you access to advanced app analytics, such as app downloads. And the finance, marketing, sales, and access to reports combination syncs data about your app's revenue. We recommend granting the customer support, marketing, and finance roles for a full access integration, which will give you access to the full suite of AppFollow connection features. To set up an integration, you'll open the integrations page in the left-hand navigation menu in AppFollow, and then you'll choose the app you want to integrate, and finally click on Link Account on the App Store Connect card. You'll see on-screen instructions guiding you through the flow, pretty much setting things up according to what we discussed right now with the required user roles. The instructions will show you the unique email address you need to invite, as well as a recap of the roles we discussed. Once you send the invitation to the user from App Store Connect, you can just confirm this back in the AppFollow setup window, and your integration will become activated shortly. Google Play connections come in a mix and match format. For Google Play, there are 3 different types of integrations you'll set up to get access to the full suite of data. But don't worry, we'll talk through all of them right now. The main difference is the way these connections are configured. We recommend setting up all of the integrations at once with the help of the Google Play account owner. And here's our recipe for success. We recommend starting with the reply to reviews integration, which is set up through a Google Play service account with the help of your account owner. To enable the reply to reviews functionality, the account owner will create a Google Play service account. A service account is an official Google Play authentication method, which is secure and allows you to connect to external tools. A valid service account can only be created by the owner of the developer account, which is why it's important to find the right person or credentials right from the start. Creating a service account won't be difficult, and you can set one up by following our step-by-step video guide, but it does require the correct permissions to ensure success. After you create a service account, you'll access the integrations page in AppFollow to upload your key file. And the good news is that you only need to go through this process once. After you add the file to one app in your workspace, we'll automatically copy the integration to other apps you've added from the same developer account. We know that if it's the first time you're setting up a connection through a service account, the process may seem tricky at first. And I just wanted to let you know that we're always here to support you along the way. And apart from the video tutorials that we've created to guide you through the steps, if you're ever stuck, you can always reach out to our support team by clicking on the question mark in the left-hand navigation menu of your workspace. When you're done with setting up that integration, the second type of integration will be similar to the App Store Connect method. To get access to detailed ratings and downloads, you'll invite a special AppFollow address to your account with the permissions to view app information. We call these integrations the ASO and ratings integrations, but they essentially combine to create an app analytics integration, so you may see us using this name in some places as well. To get access to revenue and subscription data, you'll need to enter a developer ID and authorize your account when prompted on the downloads and revenue page in AppFollow. The user who is setting up this type of integration should have access to financial reports in the console. But again, if you're setting up the connections with the help of the account owner, you're already covered. You can set up a connection from the integration list page, but you'll also find prompts directly in the features you need to activate. When you open a feature page, you'll see a prompt asking you to connect to the console to see additional data or actions. Let's take a quick look at these pages. The reply to reviews service account integration can be connected directly from the reviews feed or reply to reviews page. When you click on the text field to send a reply, you'll see a button to link the Google Play console, and then you'll follow the steps from there. App analytics integrations can be set up from an ASO page, such as the organic dashboard, or alternatively, you'll see a prompt when looking at incremental worldwide ratings on the rating chart. You only need to set up one of these integrations, either ASO or ratings. When you set up one of them, you'll automatically start seeing data on all of the app analytics pages. As soon as you decide to take a look at the sales stats on the downloads and revenue page, you'll see a prompt to link your console. And you can follow the on-screen instructions to set up a connection there. Once your data sources are connected, you can use the linked integrations page in any section of your workspace to check their statuses and manage them as needed. So I know this sounds like a lot, but setting up these data source connections is a one-time event and a solid investment into your AppFollow experience. As soon as you're connected, you'll have access to all the data you need to work efficiently and understand your app better than ever. And with that task done, it'll be high time to explore outgoing integrations that will boost your work efficiency. We already took a look at incoming integrations that pull data into AppFollow. So how are outgoing integrations different from incoming ones? Well, incoming integrations or data source connections pull data into AppFollow and create a hub of information. Outgoing integrations take your data for a ride out of that hub. The console data you pull into AppFollow is connected with public data and with calculated AppFollow metrics, and then cooked up to give you meaningful information that you can send to other systems. We all use different tools in our daily work routines, and sometimes we need to bring specific information right to the place where we need it, such as messengers, our email inbox, or even help desk systems. The great thing about combining data source connections with outgoing integrations is that they truly work together. So if you receive additional information through a connection with a developer console, you'll be able to leverage that data in external tools. For example, with an active reply to reviews connection, you can respond to a review right from Slack or from your support ticketing system. So we all know that we live in a fast-paced and digital world, and sometimes we just need to be able to filter through the noise. And let's face it, we don't want to be analyzing detailed reports all day long, but we do need to be aware of key events and changes that affect our app, and we need this information fast and on time. This is where AppFollow alerts and reports come to the rescue. You can customize alerts and reports and choose how often you receive them, under which conditions, and which information exactly you need to see, as well as the channel where you receive these updates. The alert topics cover situations for practically any role and use case. Whether you're a support manager, a product analyst, or a marketing specialist, you'll find a topic for your needs. So let's take a look at some of our most popular alert use cases. Our hands down most popular alert is the reviews transfer alert. This kind of alert is perfect for support agents or support managers, or really anyone who wants to see or respond to reviews from a messaging tool. When you set up a reviews transfer alert, you get to choose exactly what you want to receive. The available filters include rating, language, review type, rating change, and semantic tags. You can set up different alerts to send reviews to different Slack channels or Telegram or email. For example, you can set up a channel specifically for negative reviews and share it with your product team so they would instantly be aware of negative feedback and help you craft a response. When you're ready to reply to a review, just click on Reply to Review right on that message to send a response without leaving Slack, Telegram, or your email inbox. This option will work if you've set up a data source connection for this app. An alert can also be set up for multiple apps at the same time. Another popular alert is the review spike alert that helps you quickly react to an increased number of incoming reviews. Let's say you just released a new version of your app and are concerned about how it will be received by your end users. Of course, you can spend all your time in the reviews feed and looking at review reports to understand whether there's a spike in negative reviews that you need to address. Alternatively, you can set up a review spike alert and set a specific threshold and conditions. For example, tell AppFollow to send you a notification if your app receives over 20 negative reviews in 5 days. If that happens, we'll send you a notification, so you'll need all hands on deck to resolve an issue. Understanding what your reviews are about is a must for your reporting strategy. And your team can add tags manually, as well as set up auto tags to be added to reviews in AppFollow. You'll find detailed reports about these tags right in AppFollow, but sometimes product teams want to get real-time feedback. Let's imagine they rolled out a new feature and want to see all new reviews with feedback about that feature in real time, and they don't want to wait for a compiled report sometime in the future. In AppFollow, in this case, you'll manually or automatically tag reviews that meet these conditions, and a review tags alert will send the review to a specified Slack, Telegram, or email channel as soon as that tag is added. You can also set up specific notifications based on team-related tags. For example, if you want to pass a subscription or billing-related review to a specific team, you can set up an alert so they would see only the reviews that are relevant to them as soon as they're tagged. Alerts and reports aren't only about reviews, though. We offer notifications for app updates, app featurings, downloads, and revenue. For example, your marketing and product teams can use app update alerts to monitor competitor apps and be the first to know about what kind of changes a competitor made. This will help you never miss a beat and quickly adapt your own app strategy if needed. We have several other alert types that we can spend a whole session talking about, so I encourage you to check them out for yourself and take advantage of the flexible customization options. Alerts and reports are available in any section of your AppFollow workspace. To set one up, just access the Alerts and Integrations tab in the left-hand navigation menu, and then choose the alert or report you want to try. The key difference between them is that alerts are meant for instant and real-time notifications, though you can also choose to receive them in daily summaries, while reports are, well, a detailed report and a collection of various metrics. You'll also find an entire section dedicated to our available alerts and reports in our Help Center. At AppFollow, we're very enthusiastic about the customer experience, so it's not surprising that help desk integrations are among our favorites. Our email integration engine is very flexible and can integrate with practically any help desk system that has an incoming email address. You'll add that address to AppFollow and we'll send the reviews your way. And when you reply to a ticket created from a review, that response will be posted directly to the console. But apart from email-based integrations, we have an advanced Zendesk app integration that I'll spend a bit more time talking about right now. If you use Zendesk, you'll have access to additional features to manage tickets with ease. Apart from receiving reviews and replying to them without leaving Zendesk, your support team will benefit from additional AppFollow tags, automation support, and the ability to set up advanced business rules. Let's take a quick look at what this looks like. So when you receive a review in Zendesk, it will look just like a regular ticket that your agents can pick up from the ticket view. The review will appear as a public comment, and the requester will show the username of the person who posted the review. The comment includes information about the rating of the review and the end user's device. If the review is updated, you'll see these updates in the same ticket and will have access to that conversation history. And if the rating changes with an update, you'll also have access to that information in the comment. When you're ready to respond to a review, you can treat it just as a regular ticket. You'll open the public reply field, type your message, and then submit the ticket. But the AppFollow Zendesk app in the side panel will also give you some additional context. This app will let you know whether the response you're typing fits into the Google Play or App Store character limits, which is helpful since otherwise the app stores will not accept a response. And also, if you notice that you received a ticket with spam or inappropriate content, you'll want to report it to the store. Then if your concern is satisfied, Google Play or the App Store will delete the review, and that will improve your app's rating. And within the Zendesk app, you can do this without even leaving the ticket. Information about the review is also stored in the tags section of the ticket. AppFollow sends a default set of tags along with the review, which include information about the star rating, language, device, and of course, a regular AppFollow tag. The app also includes advanced support features. If you have auto reply rules set up in your AppFollow account for the same app and in the same workspace where the Zendesk integration lives, AppFollow will check whether the rule can be applied to an incoming review. If the review receives an auto reply, it won't be sent to Zendesk. This will save your agents time, and they'll always be sure that the tickets they receive require a real human response. If you use AppFollow auto tags, we'll also make sure to apply the tags to the review before sending it off to Zendesk. So you'll have even more data at your fingertips when working with a ticket. Based on auto tags and the standard review tags we send from AppFollow, you can customize your Zendesk workspace and seamlessly fit reviews into your support workflow. This includes creating custom Zendesk views, triggers, and automations. Finally, if a spammy review made it past your automation filters in AppFollow, your support team will be able to flag it for removal using the report a concern feature we were just looking at. We can spend hours talking about integrations, but this was our intro for today. So thank you for joining me on this journey. And I encourage you to check out the integrations page in AppFollow to try our other integrations like Salesforce, Discord, and Microsoft Teams as examples. If you're looking for a custom solution, the AppFollow API will also help you build a one-of-a-kind connection. And we're always here to help if you need any guidance or advice on integrations. So feel free to take a look at our help center at support.appfollow.io or get in touch by clicking on the question mark in your AppFollow left-hand navigation menu. So let me know in the chat here if you have any questions about this session, if they haven't been answered by Maria yet. And that's it from me.
Let's see. No questions yet, but thank you. All right.
We'll also be sharing the recording and the presentation that we were looking at right now as a follow-up, right, Colleen?
Correct. So following exactly what Anastasia said, this recording will be available following the call. So it'll be a great way to reference this if you have any questions with integrations and to share with your team as well. Cool. I'll give it another minute in case we have a last minute question. But otherwise, we can add some more time back on your calendars. Okay. Well, thank you for everyone who has joined us today. I hope you found this session to be valuable, and I look forward to seeing you in future webinars. Great.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.